Hello, good evening, and welcome to round number 7 of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race in 2023. This is the second season that's winding up, and we're on the 318th ever RTFR tonight with the UFR at Kyoto Ring North RGE. Eoin Harmon joins me in the commentary box. Eoin, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm in good form, Pete. Thanks very much. And how are you?
Pretty tired. It's, what is it here? 5 in the morning. Oh, yeah. Let's do this.
Oh,
Yeah, so we are going to go for a little bit of qualifying, but before that, we are going to look at the combo that we've got today. Apologies for my voice. Hopefully, it does warm up. There we go. Round number 7 of 10 of season 2 of RTFR in 2023. Tonight with the UFR at a modified version of Kyoto North. We've not seen this particular configuration before. We're used to driving in the opposite direction around here, but this is an open config track at Kyoto, which uses the northern part of the infield circuit, Kyoto National, and a little bit of the oval that you don't normally see used at Kyoto National, which makes it kind of, I guess, the anti-version of Kyoto National, I mean.
yeah, I suppose you could put it that way. The drivers will be put through their paces, fairly short lap, even in a car like the one we're using tonight. So yeah, the drivers will certainly, they'll feel the challenge, and it could make for an exciting race.
Yeah, and exciting races are billed for the next edition of this as well. Round number 8 is going to be with the Renault Clio Cup mod at South City Long, which I can't wait for. But tonight, the UFR is going to be rolling all over these curbs. The UFR is a 1.4 litre inline 4 front engine, front wheel drive car with 180 brake horsepower, weighing in at just over half a ton. So plenty of power, but also not the lowest centre of gravity. In fact, no, it does have quite a low centre of gravity. It's just got a very short wheelbase, and it's quite thin as well. And very, very grippy, slick tyres. Let's take a look at the track for all of you who have not seen this before. Normally, we run it in the opposite direction. The start-finish straight is normally between turns 4 and 5 on that diagram, but today we're using the oval, as you can see in the background. Thank you for the image there, well-timed image. The drivers are going to be starting at quite an angle on the grid, and it's going to be quite entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the fact that their run down to the first corner is very, very short. Any dive bombs could work out very nicely or could backfire spectacularly, so we'll be keeping a very observant eye out to see what happens there.
Yeah, Kyoto North has given us some pretty fun racing in the past, so I'm looking forward to see how that translates to some NGT racing here today. Let's look at the what's next to look at? Qualifying, I think, actually. 25 laps of racing coming up at 10 past 7 at UTC, but right now let's check out the last 5 minutes of qualifying and get a feel for how the drivers are tackling this track.
It doesn't take any second guesses to discover our provisional pole sitter. It's Gabor, who wants to make an immediate amends for what happened the last time. So he's there in the chat as well as giving us a resub to the Twitch channel. So thank you very much again to Gabor. But he feels pretty confident that pole position will be his, Pete.
Yeah, he's only got 0.09 of a second ahead of Antti Valter, who would also sorely like the pole position. Unite there in P3. Now, we do use open config tracks at RTFR, Eoin, but we don't really tend to see them with stock cars anymore. I think that's fair to say. So let's see how the drivers fare with an open config track that's probably not driven before. I don't remember the last time I saw a race at Kyoto North in this direction. I think it's quite unusual to go onto the oval and then turn left from this direction.
Yeah, it is very infrequent that we ever come across this kind of layout, but certainly turns 5 through 11 should be very familiar to a lot of drivers. I know when I participated in GT2 Challenge, this was the first sort of sector I had to learn successfully to be able to get onto the grid in the first place. But yeah, turn 10 is the one with the high curbs, so will pitch your car into a roll if you get too greedy. The UFR is just very, perfect example. Not quite the same corner though. If that side impact on your wheels is too heavy, then you're going to be pitched into a roll straight away.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing plenty of that, I think. And, well, nicely demonstrated there. We watched Lonely Driver finish the lap and improved actually to P28. And here is Rick Cardle hoping to improve P6 currently, but where can he manage to get up the grid? Pitching the car in, clearly doing some front tyre warming. The lap's quite short, Owen, and with the slick tyres, you need to get some heat in them before you do a timed lap.
Yeah, you do have to prepare your car. The lap is still reasonably short, so you have a chance to probably fill up a few liters and just get the tires in prime condition for the few attempts at the lap. So with 2 minutes 30 to go, you could fill up the tank now and have 2 attempts before you have to conclude the session. So yeah, I still would believe there are positions up for grabs here. Certainly from positions 8th through 11th are all very close, or 12th even are very, very close.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, extremely short lap. Although not as short maybe as some people might think. 1 minute, well, just over 1 minute 15 seconds at the moment as we watch Johnny SVK, the number 24, weave his way through Sector 1. Currently 20th position. Let's see if he can improve on that on his probably penultimate time lap. You can probably get a couple of time laps in on one set of tyres. I don't think that the track is long enough to burn through a set of tyres in qualifying trim. So we'll see if Johnny SVK can improve from P20, but it looks like Gabor's done enough for now. Nobody on a lap really out there challenging him. Valter is on track, and we'll see whether he can improve on the final attempt. United's qualifying is over. He's just been in a wall apparently, so that will be P3 at best for him. Some 36 hundredths off the pole time set by his teammate Gabor. Here comes Johnny SVK into the final couple of corners, weaving up the hill and then left onto the oval, which is slightly bizarre. There we are. Let's see if Rick Cardle can make another lap. He's only just entering the second sector, and we'll switch to him right now. Johnny SVK unable to improve, but here comes Rick Cardle then. Oh no! Oh yes, well that's Michael Malik going past, so Rick must believe he's got enough time to get round. It's going to be close. So hopefully he's timed it well. But Rick Cardle down in P6 really needs to improve. We'll be starting on row 3 if he finishes there. And well, we'll take a look at the championship standings in a minute, but they tell a story, and Rick would love to start higher up. I think would be a good way to summarise that, Owen.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, he's third of his Sidus teammates, so he will make it with 5 seconds to go. He can begin this lap. He needs to break another 3/10 or thereabouts to beat the World Class Lions and his own teammate, Sidus Unite. So let's see how he gets on with our onboard camera here.
Yeah, up the hill to where the start-finish straight would be. But then we turn into the all too familiar parabolic corner, which you'll see at Kyoto National. A bit of a kick of oversteer as he turned in. Gets the car down to the apex and washes out nicely wide onto that generous exit curb. No risk of rolling the car through here. Flat out, and also pretty flat curbs as well. So no issue. Over the sector line, and then line yourself up for a corner which can induce quite a bit of oversteer, especially if you've got the balance of the brakes a little bit in a rearward favour. There you go, a little bit of a kick of oversteer, which is what you need to turn in this car. It has a very short wheelbase, but you still have to chuck it around to get it to turn in and hit those apexes. It can understeer, and again, using engine braking, getting down through the gears, making the engine note rise to get the car turned in. Final sector for Rick Cardle. Avoid those really, really spiky layout curbs there, and then down to the apex and across start finish to register P3, an improvement on the final lap. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, he saved that one right to the very end there, so perfect. I'm sure for Rick there, getting the 3 places gained. So World Class Lions now in a 5-6-7 formation. Yeah, they'll have to hope the run down to turn 1 will favour them. fact that the racetrack will close in so suddenly with the very, acute left-hander that will greet all the drivers. But yeah, Gabor on track should have a pole position secured.
Yeah, pretty sure he does. Just waiting for a couple of cars to come around. Soini is on a lap. Ooh, oversteer out of the final corner. And we're going to go and grab our list of results right now and do a run through of the order ahead of the 318th ever RTFR in Live for Speed. On pole position, it's going to be your man Gabor, ahead of Antti Valter, Rick Cardle, Unite, Asker, Pekka Koivunen, Soini, Mantas, Botev, and 136 MPH rounding out the top 10. Then we've got Zesty, Twincam, Jari Gatilla, Abel Hanuni, Gabriel Lara, Thamuli, Michael Malik, Motta Makari, Magic, and Johnny SVK, your top 20. On the second page of results, we have Rony, Stiefler, Lord Jag, Paulie, Hermani, Rocket, Lonely Driver, Adal, M. Benza, and Nozozic. Although it looks like Nozozic has qualified outside the 107, so it will be at the discretion of Rony if he can start the race, which I think... is he on the server even? We'll have to wait and see. Well, only a short wait before we find out whether that will be the case. And in the meantime, let's take a look at those championship standings. That was Gabor's 20th pole. Owen.
Yeah, that's absolutely sensational. To get 20 pole positions here, so yeah, especially with the hot competition from not only the Sidus drivers but plenty of others across the board, to have 20 poles in RT4, that is mighty going.
It is, and today he's hoping to add to his championship lead. As you can see there, 128 points his way, and after the last round 2 weeks ago, Rony has jumped up the order. Rick Cardle down to P5. Abe also making places. Thamuli also, so Thamuli in the top 4 now. Very nice. Rick Cardle in P5, hoping to improve. Just managed a slight improvement in time there at the end of the session to finish in P3. Then we've got Oscar, Twincam, Mantas, RD2, and Pedro, your top 10. And we have 3 pages of results here in the Drivers' Championship standings. And it's always worth mentioning that the championship this year, again, is sponsored by World Class Lions. So the higher up the order you finish, the more prize money you receive in 4 rounds' time, including today. So there we are, Loco down there with 1 solitary point. Those are all the drivers who've scored at least 1 point in the second season. Remember, RTFR occupies 2 ends of our calendar in 2023. Season 1 ran from January till, I want to say, July or June, July time. And Season 2 from August onwards to the end of the year. Owen, those are the Drivers' Championship standings. And, well, Gabor, after his run of results, is just making it more and more clear that he really wants this one.
Yeah, definitely. He is a bit of a... he had a bit of a humbling there 2 weeks ago, making that mistake, unforced error, I suppose you could call it. So the motivation should be sky high for him, and he'll hopefully make no mistakes and confirm that the championship will be his. He's almost there. I'm sure 2 more wins would make 100% definite that he would be champion.
Yeah, and champion he will be crowned if he can score. Well, I think it's already mathematically impossible after the next round, so we'll have to double check, but we will see. The next round, of course, will be daylight saving time will be over, so we are going to have a slightly later time in UTC that we're going to be starting these broadcasts. Of course, that always translates into being actually the same time that we will get going, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, 3 rounds to go after this. We have the the Renault Clio Cup mod at South City Long in 2 weeks' time. But tonight we are at an unusual track. Actually, pretty sure that it was Thilo Falkenberg who designed this track originally, Kyoto North. I think it was for Open Endurance Cup, if I'm not mistaken, that Thilo Falkenberg unveiled this kind of open configuration on the community, or at least that's the first time we can remember it being used. So yeah, Attila Falkenberg used to be one of the regulars on the channel here. both driving and also in the commentary booth. But haven't seen him for a while, but he is around, and we hope to have him back soon because we do miss him. But there we are, Kyoto North, a pretty cool track, has to be said, and well, looking forward to seeing 25 laps of racing in the UFR in just a moment's time. 4 minutes to go, Owen, and the drivers are still warming up, getting every single lap in that they can to try and be ready for the race.
Yeah, they do need to get some wheel-to-wheel battles practiced, ideally, if it is possible to meet someone on circuit at the same time. The Sector 1, it's going to be super challenging, to get alongside an opponent and make the passes work. It'll be very, very compact. Sector 2, very, very quick, so you need to find your braking points. And then Sector 3 has a few tricky sort of S's, and then the final corner, another tight left before you get onto the oval banking. So yeah, a lot needs to be done in this short little practice session.
Yeah, and looking at the camera angle there, you can see how close together the grid boxes are, at least left to right. There's a bit of a gap between them front to back, so we'll have a few drivers kind of sliding into each other, maybe, actually, because obviously the start positions are slightly up the banking to compensate for the fact that as soon as they start moving, they will drift downwards because there's not enough inertia, I guess. I guess it's kind of downforce, but it's not, because there's not much aero on this car. Enough to push the car into the road. Chris gave me a perfect technical description in my ear of what happened, but Owen, I'm too tired to relay that, mate.
Yeah, it's the front wheels that do the work on this UFR. So the front wheels instead of the rear wheels will slide the car downhill once it gets launched off the line. So yeah, that was the explanation, hopefully translated properly.
Yes, what he said. Good. 2 minutes to go until we get going for round number 7 then of the 2023 Season 2 of RTFR. Don't go anywhere. Hello, and we're going to do a quick refresh of the grid before we get going for the start of the race, which is coming up in under a minute's time. It's going to be Sidus Gabor alongside Antti Valter on row 1, Rick Cardle and Unite on row 2, then Asker and Pekka Koivunen, the World Class Lions drivers, on row 3 with Soini. A good qualifying session there, Owen, up to P7. Then it's Mantas, Borislav Botev, 136 mph for Born to Race, ahead of Zesty, Twin Cam, Yari Katila, Abel Hanuni, Gabriel Lara, Thamuli, Michael Malik, Motta Macari, Magic, and Johnny SVK, your top 20. Then on the second page of results, we have Rony, Stiefler, Lord Jag, Paulie, Hermani, Rocket, Lonely Driver, Adal, Benza, and Noziak. And we're off to the grid, Owen.
Yeah, let's make sure we catch it. Here we go. Yes, everyone is assembled. They're very certainly the camera angle doesn't give you the full story here. These cars are pitched very high. Watch out for Valta in the black car with red alloys on the high side. Here we go. And they're away. Let's see. There we go. There's the surge downhill. Antti is going to get side by side, but before they can even hit 70 miles per hour, they're on the brakes. Watching out for any drivers cutting too fine. A little bit of door-to-door action at the rear of the pack. The leaders are through, yet mindful of the curb there for Valta. But Gabor maintains his lead for the time being, but now we're into the fast stuff.
Yeah, already there. And we've got some spinners in the background, but we have Rick Cardle side by side with Valter and Unite there. Unite running the green with the checkered roof, trying to get involved. looks like Gabor has managed to break away from the pack a little bit, and well, Walter and the two other Sidus drivers are huddling up with the three world-class Lions drivers there, driving in formation. Very nice.
Yeah, this is the crucial turn, number 10. If that inside curb gets struck, then these cars will be sent onto two wheels and maybe onto their roofs. Watching out for anything in that background. No, looks okay, I think. Oh, Lonely Driver has unfortunately fell victim. He's on his side and out of the race, unless he spectates and starts all over again.
Yeah, and as we head on to lap number 2, we still have big fights going on up and down the grid, and it's Oscar actually who's going to make the move there on Unite in the background. Unite still has the track position, so able to actually pull away, but that was close. Oscar almost getting the best of Unite. Pekka Koivunen there, right there as well. Coming into Parabolica for the second time. Got a fight between 136 and Zesty. Zesty there on the outside. I think that's 136 making the move. And Twin Cam in the background as well, trying to get through. You can spot Twin Cam because he's got bright green wheels. Trying to get through on the inside and does so. On Zesty. Yeah, good move.
Yeah, I think Zesty feel a little hard done by because Twin Cam's rear right was where he wanted to make the turn in, and he has understeered wide into the grass. That put him into a spin, and now he's down towards the very back. Yes, he is officially last placed. Now on to lap 3. Mantas. He's actually, see, with of course this custom configuration, so the leaderboards only update when they cross the first sector line. How about this? The teammates for Sidus Unite looking to see if there's any opportunity to overtake Ricardo and get onto the podium position. It's just a little bit too quick here to outfox someone in the identical machinery, but here's the chance. The inside line, it's just a little bit too risky at the moment. Unite will stay behind for the moment.
Yeah, he's not going to wait too long before he goes for a move. Can't afford to anyway, because he's got a lot of world-class Lions drivers right behind him that would sorely like to get ahead. So yeah, Unite needs to make that move soon, if he can. Yeah, we ride on board with Oscar as he drives up towards the turn 5 Parabolica corner. It is parabolic, unlike some other Parabolicas we know. And Magic and Twin Cam are also in a fight, so Race Green versus Born to Race, and Magic on the inside, Twin Cam holding it on the outside. And that will turn into the inside for the sweeping infield, but has Magic done enough to get ahead? I think he has just before turning. Well, Twin Cam's still able to keep on the inside, but Magic eventually cementing that overtake in the, what is that, the Google Chrome Dino livery?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, he's used it before. I'm 99% sure of that.
Problem with that game is that as soon as you're getting a good score, your internet comes back.
It does what it says on the tin. Just a quick little mind number, I suppose. Fastest lap for Gabor, 1 minute 17.07. Valta lost about half a second to him there, so it will feel like a difficult journey for Valta to stay in contention for the win, and with two fiercely competitive Sidus drivers behind him as well, so gotta remain 100% alert here for the chance to finish second at the moment.
Yeah, but those fiercely competitive Sidus drivers are fighting quite hard with one another, which means that Valter is getting free time just given to him here. And here we've got Thamuli and Abe going side by side, completely side by side actually, into the final sector.
Oh, a tap.
Small
tap. I think Ayoub, there could have been a little bit of latency there. Thankfully, the Born to Race driver from Morocco was able to continue his turn in and avoid losing position to Lara. But there will definitely a chance here for Lara to make moves. Oh, trouble for Mantas. He's gone too high into the final corner, and he will lose out. Unfortunately, Team Eoin, with a fantastic run here, will be delighted at 7th place.
Yeah, we briefly saw a fight with Thamuli and Abe, but that has worked itself out. And it is Abe who remains in P10 currently in this one. But yes, 27 drivers still running, and it's Gabor who leads the field as we are halfway through lap number 6 here, ahead of Valter. The gap not too big, but it is growing. Gabor has a secure hold on the lead of this race for now. It's Unite who's managed to get ahead of Rick Cardle for P3, and Asker looking racy in P5. Can he get past actually into the final chicane section here? Thinks about it, but not the best place to get through, I don't think. There goes Unite, Rick and Asker, and through they go onto the home straight again. It's not a straight at all, is it? It's definitely very definitely one of the banked oval corners. But Asker here is sizing Rick Cardle up. He really fancies the move here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This would be a huge boon to Asker if he can get ahead of a Sidus driver. Rick, definitely missed out on that most recent lap. Nearly a 8/10 of a second has been gained by Asker this go around, and if he can apply a little bit more tension, there we go. You can see Rick prefers the middle line on the Parabolica. It's not necessarily a mistake, but Asker will be encouraged by that. He's stuck to the apex, and he's getting very close now.
He is. This is great. World-class lines driver trying to get through into the pointy end of the field. And I thought there was a move on there actually. Asker thinks better of it. He's going to try and find somewhere else to get through. But yeah, you can see Unite's now been unleashed, and Valter will be able to see him getting closer and closer as we complete yet another lap. These laps are coming thick and fast. It's not a long lap here, only just over 1 minute 15 a lap, as Rick Cardle comes by onto the oval. Here he comes, and he's managed to get a little bit of time over Asker there on the end of that lap.
Yeah, it's really important for Rick to stabilise those lap times. He's already losing the shadow of Unite there, so he has to worry about defending his position. An inter-team battle for P7 as well here, so it's Mantas trying to keep up with Ayoub. Thamuli and Lara are the other drivers. You could probably just pick them out there on the rear view of Ayoub. You can see his left shoulder at work, and now on board with Mantas there. A lovely camera is set up for us there. Mantas to be quite frank. He's got to catch the mini slide there. Thankfully, no problems in this kind of car, but behind it is going to be Thamuli defending his inside line against Lara. Lara that goes the long way around, but the planted front tires of Thamuli keeps the power where he needs it to go. This is a second opportunity, staying on the high line again. He may have pulled it off here, Pete. Yes, he has. Oh, that's beautiful. Well done to Lara.
Yeah, nice move around the outside. Absolutely unbelievable. Epic stuff. As we have, I believe, drivers from South America, Europe, Africa,
oh no,
and contact.
Beautiful. I hope I didn't.
I don't think you
stretched
that.
my
that
microphone there. That is a nasty collision there, and Thamuli is taken down several positions.
Yeah, unfortunate that Lara having to. Well, actually, Lara didn't lose out too much. Obviously, only a bit of cosmetic damage on his car there. But yeah, P9 is his. P10 will not be Thmuli's anymore. He's lost about 4 places, I think, as a result of that incident. These cars are quite thin, and the oval is very, very wide, so quite unusual to run out of room there.
Yeah, I think there was a chance for both drivers to complete the corner, but yeah, it was just an intense battle, and neither. Yeah, it's just a case where neither driver wanted to give up, and that was just the way it goes. Rick has made a small misjudgment into the last corner, caused himself a wobble, and Arska is continuing to follow everything he puts Rick under. He's got an answer, but yeah, it's just a case of one more mistake, and we will see a change. For Arska, this may be it now. No, Rick's probably just using his nous to use a different racing line. Lara takes to the pits, most likely to repair or some other requirement. Yeah, that's unusual. He just went straight through pit lane, didn't take any repairs.
Interesting. I'm not sure why. Maybe thought it was a shortcut, but it didn't work out that way. We're on lap 10 of 25, and Gabor is leading the way ahead of Valter. And we've got a fight between Motomikari and Borislav Botev. Borislav driving for Fast and Crazy Sim Sports. Thought I'd see him in the 8 Hours of West Hill, but I don't think he was there, unless I'm mistaken. Was he there? I think maybe he was there. Maybe it's too early in the morning. My brain isn't working properly, but there we go. He's going for a move now on Motomikari. Apologies if you did in fact attend the 8 Hours, Borislav. Thinks better of it there. That would have been opportunistic.
Oh, he's already done that. Yeah, Lara will say thank you very much. It's an easy gain, unfortunately, for Botev's point of view. And there you go. Just the curbs, the artificial ones, yeah, they can really catch you out if you're not careful.
Yeah, and caught out he was. I don't think he expected to have quite so much oversteer going into the final couple of corners, and just couldn't get the car away from those enormous curbs. Rony does like his enormous curbs, especially on his custom layouts, because this is a variant of Kyoto North, the RGE version. And Valter has found himself in a comfortable 3-second gap from the lead, but Unite is turning the screws. Only 2 seconds then between himself and P2. Good performance so far. Ricardo has opened up the gap slightly over Arska now, so trying to open up the gap so he doesn't get distracted or waste time fighting with the world-class Lions driver, but not easy. Arska is super fast and having a good drive so far, best of the rest in P5. Here's Pekka Koivunen, and then we have the Born to Race Each Other team, Owen.
Yes, indeed. They're all very evenly matched today, it has to be said, and there's a quarter stack of them all together, 7th through 10th, as a matter of fact, and then so at the moment, Mantas versus 1 through 6 is the pairing that are closest to one another. Twin Cam needs a little bit more impetus to catch these two up for the moment. It is mad to see. We've world-class Lions, and then 4 Born to Race cars together, and then another world-class Lions. Is unfortunately Lara has decided to spectate, so that is another driver that has also called it a day. I think he's collided with Motomikari or something there.
Yeah, Motomikari very slow. I think he must have been off in the gravel or something, because that car was restarting from zero by the sounds of it. So yeah, that's what's happened there, probably. There is Mantas crossing start finish, breaking down into turn number 1, quite wide actually. There is quite a big bump at the exit of that corner, very seldom used piece of tarmac, of course. So the driver's trying to find different lines around there. There is almost a jump in the middle of the apex there, if you're in the middle of the road, as Mantas is coming under pressure from his teammate now. 136 goes to the outside of Parabolica, an unorthodox line through there, hoping to turn it into the inside. It's not quite going to work, is it? Mantas has that covered for now.
Oh, 136 is trying to shake Mantas out of position here. It didn't work. Maybe run into turn number 9 will. Let's see what Mantas does on exit. Yes, it's a great acceleration here for 136. Mantas closes the door. They're born to race each other crew, showing absolutely no mercy here. They really want to find out who's the elite driver in the team. Behind Ayub, I suppose. Ayub is number 1 at the moment.
Yeah, Ayub doing a great job, and that lead over these two only going to go up if they keep battling like that. But great to see. I always like to see teammates fighting one another rather than just letting each other through. And it's gone wrong again for Mantas. He's got it all out of sorts into the first couple of corners, and double apex followed by double apex, and 136 is tucked all the way under the back of that UFR. Oh, a nice little dummy, and on the inside now for 136. Good little move that. But can he hold it? Oh, Mantas sliding and going wide, and he's done it.
Yeah, Mantas does have a chance to switch. Let's see if he plays any tricks. Now that 136 has the ownership of the position. Bit of understeer there for Mantas, but 136 prefers the standard apex. Mantas staying a little bit further up on the road, cutting that curve very fine though. I just saw it on my screen. 136 has got a little bit of clearance. Yeah, maybe not as good into 11, and Twin Cam will be right in the wake of these two drivers now, so he'll be very pleased that they've knocked so much time out of each other. He can now have a late opportunity to go for P8.
Yeah,
it's
good
absolutely in
stuff.
play.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, up to Ayub now is about 2 seconds. So, but he has to drop Mantas first. Mantas won't be happy to be the third place driver within the B2R team, as it's not uncommon to see Mantas running around in the lead of these races, as he goes immediately back up the inside on 136 and gets the job done before the apex even. So yeah, clearly unhappy, but enjoying himself. I mean, it is fun to battle your teammates, especially in these kind of bi-weekly pickup races here in Live for Speed, but it's always better to be out front.
That it is, but 136 hasn't given up this opportunity either. Maybe this is best chance. We continue to observe race leader Gabor, and it's another 1 minute 17 lap for him. Of course, his 1 minute 16.85 is the fastest lap of the session, so he's keeping it very consistent. And Unite actually comes in and breaks the threshold of 1 minute 16.83. So
yeah, I was about to
comment. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I mean, I was about to comment that Unite's on pace, and because the gap to Valter's come down significantly by almost a second, and then he slams in the fastest lap. Sorry, Eoin, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to pretty much say that Unite he's run it well. So yeah, Valter's pressure of trying to succeed in the race, he would have thought second place was his maximum, but it could be a very strong performance here for Unite to take that away from Valter as well. If he continues to hit these 1 minute 16 targets, then Valter's in real trouble.
Yeah, he is. Unite up to the final sector now, and through that final chicane he goes. But it is Gabor who's come out of the Twin Cam spun.
Spin for Twin Cam. All that work to overtake.
What's
no,
happened
it was
to
Twin Cam. So yeah, it's the whole Yeah, it would have been right with 136, but yeah, the timing has not updated since it's a custom configuration. When Gabor crosses a sector line, then it will. So therefore, Twin Cam was almost ready to take a position, and 136 defended it as Twin Cam went wide. And now Team Usoini wants to get back into the top 10, putting my native Irishman under pressure as well. So
yeah, that he does. Quick
Lovely
work.
move.
Yeah, an overtake on camera by Team Usoini once again. Doesn't happen often, but rare events such as this don't just have to be captured by Sir David Attenborough. I'm not sure where I was going with that one, Owen, but I'll stick with it.
All good. Magic though in P12, could he spot the trouble on that slightly wounded UFR? It's purely cosmetic. Maybe his front right tire. Now that I look at it, it's bright green with red. The red lines on top of it. So he's got to cool that tire down. Particularly the fact that it's on an oval. The right side tires are put under greater stress anyway. So yeah, it's a little bit brighter shade of green compared to a lot of other drivers.
Yeah, someone we've not talked about much is Valter, but we're going to start to talk about him again, because look who's right behind him. Unite has turned the screws and is now less than a second behind, as Valter again running wide at Parabolica. He will get a better exit than Unite, of course, but Unite is really taking time out of him now as we ride on board through the sweeping infield section here at Kyoto. Fantastic set of corners. Not immediately obvious as a challenge, but you can lose a lot of time through there as Unite gets a kick of oversteer, which will help him rotate the car in a little bit too much on that occasion, I think, Owen. Scrubbing a little bit too much speed, didn't need to be that waywards through there. So we got a back marker leaving, well, plenty of room again. Valter slightly wide, Unite getting the apexes a little bit better, but wide at the final corner, and Valter just about hangs on for dear life here in P2. But yeah, down to 0.4 of a second now, and here's the jump I was on about over that bit of tarmac there.
Oh, two of the back markers have taken each other off the road, just in sight of Unite's front left eye line. They're out of the way though, no concern anymore. Let's see what Unite does. He's got to pick the outside line into Parabolica. He will have to brake a little earlier to get the turn in. There we go. See now, he's got to wait a little bit longer. There we go. Valter maintains his advantage. And yeah, used all that speed he could on the outside. And there could be the opening. There's still time, though. He doesn't have to go for it unless he feels absolutely certain. There we go. Valter put up the blockers.
Yeah, but it's game on now. Unite really can sense that Valter is on the ropes a little bit here and really wants to get the move done. He's brought the gap down from 2 seconds to 0 in only a handful of laps, and now Valter needs to pull every single trick that he has out of the book and put it into practice as we enter lap number 20. Gabor just going over start-finish ahead of these two, and Unite is trying to find any way that he can to get round the black UFR there of Valter, taking a very wide line into the corner in the hopes that it would open up into an opportunity further on. Oh, he's going for the send. He really is going for it. I love to see this, but Valter with a better exit. Unite's got to try somewhere else.
Maybe this time the inside of Parabolica will be available to Unite. He had to stay high, being door to door. There we go. He's using a little bit of handbrake, just a dab of it to complete that turn in. So yeah, this is an extremely narrow margin of error. Both drivers living up to expectations. A very high quality affair here. But yeah, it just seems that the option to get a little bit of slipstream is just not possible. The track not really enabling that kind of battling. It's just the braking and the accelerating that'll make the difference.
Yeah, and we are running out of laps, 5 to go after this one, and as we enter the final the final chicane yet again, it is Valter who occupies P2 ahead of Unite, as we just see there Riccardo quite a way off actually now, almost 10 seconds off our race leader, and not really going to be in with a looking at the podium unless these two make a hash of whatever's about to come up. Unite still not able to get past Valter in the first two corners. What about the next set? Not as close as he was on the previous time around. So Valter has everything in hand just now, but only just.
Yeah, it's extremely fine margins. He's going to stay high to not only block Unite, but also to take the standard racing line. And that has proven to be the right decision. Oh, no! He has kicked up some grass there. There's the moment for Unite. Still not through necessarily yet, Pete. But he's got the courage now. He can lift off into the chicane. Yeah, so Valter hanging on for dear life here. Maybe the chance for the switchback. No, still Valter holds on, but that was definitely a sign that the pressure is heating up, and any more of that, and definitely Valter's doomed.
Yeah, that should have been over. Valter should have lost that place, but because of the way he lost the car, Unite had to lift. There was no way he could have got through. He would have made contact, and that would have been bad for both of them. So Valter very lucky there with where he lost the car, not giving Unite any choice but to back out of it. And he won't be allowed any other mistakes. No more allowed. Unite will just go for it regardless, I think, next time, as they are close again through turns 3 and 4. I'll focus fully on this battle now, as we have 4 laps to go, including this one for tonight's race. Great to see this track back. Good to see the UFR back as well. We don't see it that often anymore, but great to have it here today.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. It's a great car just to perhaps try out second or third if you're a newcomer to Live for Speed and you get yourself a license. It's probably quite punchy compared to the XFG or the XR that you'd probably try out in the demo, but yeah, certainly has the potential to be a great learner's car. And now that we're seeing it in this RTFR event under the high skills of our drivers today, yeah, that should definitely encourage some people to give it a go.
Yeah, for sure. We do want to keep the grid sizes of RTFR as high as possible, so please get involved and join the server before the end of qualifying to secure your place on the grid. Gabor saying in the chat that he's low on fuel. How low remains to be seen. He is 6 seconds in the lead, but I believe he's already lifting off to try and save some fuel. Whether it's a case of lifting is enough remains to be seen. But I don't think it, well, I hope that it is enough to come into the pit lane and give up what is a fantastic lead margin at the moment. But yeah, 5.5 seconds to gap to Valter, so keep an eye on it, and we'll just see how much fuel saving Gabor feels as though he has to make towards the end of this race. You just about see him there in the camera angle. There's still a hefty gap between the car we're watching now. This is Valter, but Gabor definitely lifting. Look at the gap tumbling.
He still saved a moderate amount of split time in that sector, about 2/10, but yeah, the momentum is absolutely with Valter and Unite. They should be hitting the 116s, 117s still, whereas Gabor probably high 117s just to keep his lead intact. Yeah, 117.96 there. Let's see, by comparison, yeah, 116.9 for Unite. Valter 2/10 of a second slower compared to that. So yeah, this is perhaps what Gabor needs, these two to distract each other for the remaining 2 laps.
Yeah, well, they are going to distract each other. They're not going to worry about Gabor. If he's miscalculated fuel, then that's just a bonus for them. They're going to keep going for it, because worst case, one of them's going to finish in P3. As Unite gets very close to the back of Valter there on the brakes, slides wide, and that's going to cost him. But Gabor is absolutely out of the throttle. The engine note is all over the place. He is in trouble with fuel. But is it just going to be enough? It looks like it at the moment, as we only have 1.5 laps to go. Unite's trying to go around the outside. This might become the inside. No, he's not going to try the switchback. He's going to try and drive it all the way around the outside. A little bit wide. He cannot find a way through. Fair play to Valter here.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal defensive drive here from Valta. I think what happened to Unite there was he had great early momentum in the corner, but he had to feather the throttle to avoid landing in the grass there. So race leader on his final lap, he's keeping the second per lap advantage that he needs to stay in front. But yeah, Unite's using all the tricks in the book, going into neutral for a time as well to perhaps keep the momentum quite high on corner entry. So here we go. This is perhaps his best opportunity, Pete, to make this move. He's got to do it now.
Yeah, no more time for games. He's got to go for it. And where is it going to happen? Don't know if he's got the momentum. I don't know if he's even close enough for a move. And he isn't really trying everything, going as deep on the brakes as he possibly can. We will have to turn our attention to Gabor momentarily and give him his final half a lap. He has decided he's got enough fuel. He's back up to mostly full racing speed. It's all over for these two in terms of the win, I think. But yeah, Unite almost in position once again. Can he get it done on the switchback? No, not quite. As Gabor enters the final chicane for Surely, and Eoin,
so close. Yeah, it looked close. Unite unfortunately slid too high, and Valta just needs to block for one more corner. But across the line, he's back. No mistakes today. Sidus Gabor is your winner. 32 minutes 14 seconds. There we have it. Valta by the skin of his teeth, about less than a hundredth, has survived in second place. One of the best defensive drives of the season. Rickardl P4, nowhere near them in the end, with Arska and Koivunen P5 and 6th. And there we go, Ayub right next to the wall in 7th.
Yeah, you're right. That was a brilliant defensive drive from Valta. We haven't seen anything like that in quite a while. I mean, the pace at which Unite caught Valta, we pretty much written Valta off. But no, he managed to hold on for a long time, at least 10 laps, I think, just trying to hold Unite off. And he manages it by, like you said, the skin of his teeth, less than a tenth between them as they came across start-finish. Stiefler will be our final car across the line. He's just coming into the final set of corners. But yeah, Rickardl there in P4, Arska P5, Pekka Koivunen, and then it's the Born to Race quartet of drivers there, rounding out the top 10 with Ayub, Mantas, 136, and Twin Cam. Here comes Stiefler then. Around to finish off his race, and well, there he goes, and that is everybody. Gabor has run out of fuel and is being pushed round to the podium by Magic. The podium is here. There it is. It's at turn 1.
He's got to complete a full lap.
That's a long lap that he's got to be pushed around. So yeah, while he is being escorted, rather, around to the podium, let's take a look then at our final racing results. In 32 minutes 14 seconds, 0.98, it's Sidus Gabor ahead of Valta by 5 seconds in the end, and then nose to tail, Unite picks up P3, not quite able to get the P2 on this occasion. Rickardl, best of the rest, just off the podium in P4. Then it's Arska and Pekka Koivunen, World Class Lions teammates in 5th and 6th. And then the top 10 is rounded out by the Born to Race team, Ayub, Mantas, 136, and Twin Cap. Race Green Magic, P11, Master Race Car, Michael Malik in P12, Johnny SVK in P13, with Zafaralis Thamuli, Teemu Soini, Jarek Attila, Borislav Botev, Rony, Moto Mikari, and Stiefler, the top 20. And actually, the final cars, I believe, on the lead lap. We head over to the second page of results. We have Hermani and Rocket a couple of laps down, and that rounds out the drivers that finished. And then it's Adal, Paulie, Lara, Nozazik, Zesty, and Lonely Driver, who did not finish, as Gabor is pushed into the pit lane in the background and will be pushed up onto the podium.
The drivers are all just sitting patiently, waiting for him.
Yeah, to conclude proceedings. Yeah. What? Okay, I don't think he knows quite where to go.
I've just missed it. They need to turn around.
Yeah, they need to turn around. We're not doing another lap. Oh, he's gone back to the pit lane. He's given up. He wouldn't be able to be pushed across the gravel or the grass anyway, particularly easily. So, yeah, just do it yourself, Gabor.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, Michael hitting his nose off the edge. Oh, no, he's upside down appropriately.
Well, finally, he makes it to the podium. Gabor there on victory lane for yet another victory in race screen, in the race screen event history, with the number plate of Magic, who just so happened to be the car that was pushing him around the track earlier. Well, anyway, that was a good race, Eoin. Good fun. Happy to join you for this one.
Yeah, it's highly appreciated that you've made the effort to haul your gear across the planet and wake up early in your time zone to keep the broadcast going. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Pete.
It's fine. I love a bit of RTFR, so no bother at all. Yeah, in 2 weeks' time, we are back with more RTFR action. It's going to be the Renault Clio Cup mod at South City Long, so don't miss that. That's going to be fabulous. On Thursday this week, we have the return of Fragmasters GTI Thursday. Please join us for that. If you're interested in driving in that series, then you can find all about it on the Live for Speed forum. Head over to lfs.net and check out the Fragmasters GTI Thursday series. It runs every single week, and this week it's a broadcast from us, so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, from all of us here at Sim Broadcast, we hope you have a really lovely rest of your evening, and we will see you on the next one. Eoin, thanks a lot. Chris, great cameras as always. Chris McElroy providing us with awesome cameras for Kyoto North. And yeah, from all of us to all of you, have a great evening, and we'll see you on the next one. Good night.
Bye-bye.